Hello, this video is about making predictions about population, or the second part of circle graphs also. But this number routine is about a circle graph. It says, it must be a total of 400 people were surveyed. How many more selected soccer than swimming as their favorite sport? So let me get my pen. So how many more selected soccer than swimming? Well, here's soccer and swimming. Soccer is favored by 30% of those who were surveyed, and swimming was favored by 27% of those who were surveyed. So 3% more prefer soccer than swimming. I need to draw a percent bar. This is what I'm more comfortable with. So 3%. That's like a sliver. That's hardly any percentage out of 100%. There was a survey of 400 people. So we need to find how many people like more people like soccer than swimming. The relationship is times 4. The relationship is times 4. So 12 people out of 400 selected, more people selected soccer than swimming. So in our do now, this is another circle graph. It shows the results of a survey of college students about their preferred spring break destination. If 60 students chose South Padre Island, deep in the heart of Texas, what is the total number of college students surveyed? So South Padre is right here. 24%, which is about 1/4 of this percent bar, chose South Padre Island as the preferred spring break destination. Do we know the total number of people? No, we're asked to find it. 60 goes here. Can 24 go into 60? No. Can 100 go into 24? Up and down? No. Let's break this down. Let me use a different pen color. Let's use green. I'm going to divide by 2 and use 1250. The same relationship as 2400. Now, can 12 go into 60? Yes. Times 5. Times 5. So 200 total number of college students were surveyed. So 60 out of 250 prefer South Padre Island, which is about 24%. So a sample is a selection taken from a larger group, the population, so that you can examine it to find something about the larger group. To save time and money, you will survey a sample or part of the group. So instead of asking thousands of people, you may just ask a smaller group of students to answer the survey. So take a sample of 25 random students about their favorite type of pie. So imagine, 25 students. Imagine 4 chose this, 8 chose this, 10 chose this, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and that's 25 people. So 4 people chose pumpkin out of 25 people. 8 people out of 25 chose cherry. 10 out of 25 chose apple. 2 out of 25 chose peach. 1 out of 25 chose pecan. So 100%. How do you build 25 students to 100%? Times 4, 16%, or 1600 chose pumpkin. How do you build 8 25th to 100%? Times 4, 3200, 32%, or 3200s. Same as this one, times 4, 40%, 40 hundredths, chose apple. And this one, times 4, 8 hundredths, 8%, or 8 hundredths. And last but not least, times 4, 4%, 4 hundredths, chose pecan pie. So we are going to create so let's make a prediction. Predict how many would like pumpkin pie out of 200 people. Pumpkin pie out of 200 people. So 16% of the survey chose pumpkin pie out of 100%. There were a total of 200 people. So that's right here. This is a percent bar. What's the relationship between 100 to 200? Times 2. Times 2. So that means if I had to ask 200 people a larger sample, larger group, 32 out of 200 would have selected pumpkin pie. Predict how many more would like apple than peach pie. out of 425 people. 100% goes here. Total pink. How many more like apple than what? Apple than peach pie. 8 more people, or 32 more percent prefer apple pie than peach pie. So how do you turn this? How do you build 100 to 425? Well, you really can't. Can 100 go into 32? No. I'm going to use a different pen color. I'm going to break this down to 16/50. And 50 go into it? No, let's break it down again. Now, this should be okay. How many 25s go into 425? It goes in one time. Regroup. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 minus 5 is 7. 5. 25 go 175, 25, 50, 175, 100, 125, 150, 17. So times 17. So the relationship is times 17. 56, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So out of 425 people, 136 people prefer apple pie. More people prefer apple pie than peach pie. All right. So let's make a survey. Again, in a circle graph, you start with a circle. You need to find the benchmark percents of 0, 25, 50, and 75%. Then it's up to you how you want to break it down. I'm going to break it down by 5% and so on. So in this survey, if I'm not mistaken, 16% chose pumpkin pie. So if I had to make a, it's right here. So 16% chose pumpkin pie. In the survey, 32% more people chose cherry. 32% of the survey chose thing. Do I put a marking at 32? No. You're at 16%. It's 32% more. So it ranges from 16 all the way to 48. So 32% chose, I cannot remember what it's called. Cherry. 40% more chose apple. Do I put a marking at 40? No, 40% of this. So right now we're at 48%. 40% more is 88%, which it goes right here. So 40% chose apple. 8%, I believe, 8% chose peach. So right now we're here at 88%. 8% more, so we're at 96 right here. So 8% more chose peach, and only 4% chose pecan or pecan, depending how you speak it in Texas. I like pecan pie. They're my favorite of all. So that is a survey. So what is the mode? If you look at this, the mode or most requested was apple pie. How do you know? It was the largest percentage of all and the largest number of votes. So here's another survey. In this survey, they asked students, what is your favorite sport? 8 people chose soccer, 3 people chose baseball and softball, 5 people chose volleyball, and 4 people chose track and field. What is the size of the sample? That means how many total people did they ask? If you add 8 to 3, it's 11, to 5, that's 16 plus 4, 20 people. So the sample size is 20. Let's use 20 students. So what is the probability, the chance of something happening in fraction, percent, and decimal form that a student would prefer soccer? So there was a total of, again, 20. So 8 people chose soccer out of 20. What percent would that be? Let's build this up to 100. Again, this is a percent bar. 20 is the total number of people. 100% is all of them. That's times 5. So 40%. So 40%, 40 hundredths, or 8/20th. I could simplify to 4/10 or 2/5 chose soccer. There are They have 500, let's draw a percent bar to the side. There are 550 students in the school. Predict how many students at a school prefer track and field. So, oh, this is not a percent. So this is a proportion. So, if you want to, some people like building a table because this is much easier for them. So we're going to make a prediction. And this prediction, this is about, what is this about? This is about track and field, and this is about students. So in this survey, 4 out of 20 chose track and field out of 20 students. We need to build that up to 550 students. Do you want to build it this way? Or do you want to build it up and down? Within or between? I'm going to build it this way. How do you build 20 to, what's the relationship from 20 to 4? Divide by 5. Divide by 5. 550 divided by 5 is 110. So 110 would have selected track and field out of 550 students. Part 4. Let's do another table. There are 550 students at school. Predict how many more students at the school prefer volleyball than baseball and thing. So, volleyball and baseball. So 2 more students prefer volleyball out of 20. 2 more students prefer volleyball than baseball, softball out of 20 students. So let's put 550 here. What is the relationship from 20 to 2? Divide by 10. So divide by 10. So 550 divided by 10 is 55. So 55 more students would choose volleyball over baseball. And that is what prediction is making a table and finding the relationship. So it's like proportion.